now introducing first, we have about 7 of the afternoon, 3 by 3 minute rounds in the 80 kilogram elite open male division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner from Team North, trained by Dominic Urbano from Toe to Toe Boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nalson Sniper Cosmas.
All right, Dan. Joined with Daniel Mini T Williams here at Pathway Boxing at the RAC Arena in Perth, WA. Mate, we've had some cracker matches so far. Dan, what do you reckon?
Man, it's been absolutely awesome just to see the amateurs be on this big stage right here in RAC Arena. I wish I had this platform.
Oh, man. I tell you what, this is amazing. How good is this? And we've got Nalson Cosmas from the red corner coming out. Toe-to-toe boxing, coached by Dominic Urbano. 17 wins, 13 losses to his record. So very experienced guy here. 80 kilos again, one of those sort of guys I don't want to get hit with, mate.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, representing Team South, trained by Danny Hayes from Fighter Fit Boxing Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rory Booth.
Here we go, we've got Rory Booth fighting out of Fighter Fit, Mandra, Danny Hayes. He's been busy tonight, he's had a few on already, hasn't he?
He has. We can definitely hear the crowd support behind us, the big Mandra crew coming down to support their boys and girls. Showing good support, making the drive up. Not a short drive.
Look around, Dan, look at this crowd, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Awesome to see, especially being in the game for so many years, right? Just to see where the sport's going to and the pathways that everyone has.
Yep.
50 fights from Rory Booth. No stranger to the game.
Let's have both fighters to the center of the ring for final instructions from referee Isaac Avia.
Both fighters to the middle ring.
So Nelson's going to have the slight height advantage here.
Yep, slight height and reach, I'd say.
They call him the sniper, so I'm sure he'll be picking his shots.
Rory looks absolutely pumped.
Let's make plenty of noise for these fighters. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 1.
You can already tell that Rory wants to get on the inside. He needs to with a longer fighter. With the opponent with that reach.
Well, look at the intensity in this first round. I love it.
Nalson trying to keep that distance with that jab, keeping that lead hand long.
Yeah.
Not letting Rory come in.
I'll tell you what, this is going to get changed. This fight's going to change very quickly as soon as one of them lands a punch.
Oh, feel it.
Now, Nalson doing a great job of staying at length with that jab early, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's what he's known for. They call him the sniper.
Yep.
Aim, shoot, fire.
Yes.
Rory's looking to get inside, but he's finding it a little bit difficult at the moment. It is the early stage of the fight. But you can tell that's what he wants to do. He wants to get in that inside range. Nalson looking to stay long.
And Nalson,
get those long levers going.
One of his favourite fighter is Terence Crawford and Tommy Hearns. And Tommy Hearns had a vicious jab. So, yeah, when you're watching this one back, Nalson, there you go. You definitely displayed a bit of that Tommy Hearns jab today. Well done, mate. Awesome. Now, Rory seems to be just taking his time to get inside, doesn't he? He seems to be just finding his range.
Nelson's making it hard for him to get inside as well.
Yep.
With that long lead jab.
And having that height and reach like Nalson has, you'd want to utilise a jab in that way. And awesome that he, you know, actually, I'm actually quite proud of him. He mentioned that, you know, Tommy Hearns is one of his, Tommy Hearns, another fighter I really love. A magnificent jab on Tommy Hearns. Also vicious punches with everything else he threw. But Nalson really keeping at the end of this jab. And to me, he's posed a bit of problem for Rory. Rory's been trying to get in. He hasn't been able to find his range yet.
Yeah, Nalson definitely establishing that jab early.
I think what we want to see here from Rory is trying to draw that jab out.
Yes.
Make Nalson throw that jab.
Rather than stepping into it, right?
And how can we do that? We can throw feints,
Yep.
posture up, jab step,
Yep.
try and get Nelson to commit to that jab.
Yep. Or we can just rush in and throw some heavy shots.
It's always good for the crowd.
The crowd likes that one too.
But believe it or not, I've actually done plenty of sparring with Nelson.
Yeah, right. Have you really? Yeah.
It's obviously, you know, sparring can be quite scarce here in WA, so you take what you can get. And
Tall, long boy. Tall, long boy to
boy.
spar with, I tell you what. And he seems to utilise that reach well.
That's what he does well. You know, obviously I'm a smaller boy, I'm trying to close that gap. I've got to do every trick in the book to try and close that distance on him. But he does very well at keeping it long. Personally, he doesn't need to throw
Rory's
any other
used some
punches.
great head movement though here, and
Absolutely.
if he can actually start to find a home for his punches, he'll have some success.
And you see at the end there, Nelson slipping and sliding, slipping and sliding. What I want to see from Rory is working towards that chest.
Yeah.
Because the head doesn't move as much. The chest doesn't move as much.
Because the head's moving off that centre line, but that body is right there in the centre, right?
Find that big target, find that chest, and then we can find the head later on.
And I tell you, Dan, even though Nelson had a really good display with that jab in that first round, for me, Rory was utilising that round to find his distance and find the rhythm, Nelson's rhythm in that round.
Yeah, exactly. Nelson wasn't making it easy for him, so that's why Rory wanted to get inside.
Yep.
Land those big shots like that, but just missing because Nelson's movement was excellent.
As you can see here in that replay, just that head movement.
And it's going to be, like we saw in the replay. All right, round number 2, here we go. Can Rory get inside? Can he find his range? Can he work past that jab? And can Nalson keep him on the outside of that jab? Oh, that was better movement from Rory. And Rory's had 50 fights, by the way, guys. You know, like he's been in here quite a few times. So, and he does look like that. He looks like he's okay with the fact that he's finding his range. He's finding his distance. He doesn't look perplexed at all. He's just got a decent opponent here to try and work with the taller Nalson.
And that's it. That's it. He's a tricky customer, Nelson. You know, he's probing with that jab. He's not just putting it out there. You know, he's measuring, and snapping.
Yeah.
He's not just throwing out there for the sake of throwing.
Yep. Nice combination off that jab too, Nelson. And then backs out and around. Oh, beautiful combination.
He's doing very well at maintaining his distance.
Yep. That was, you know, I say we talked before about some of the good lefties and some of the good boxers. I remember getting ready to fight Austin Trout, and I was sort of sparred with most of my boxers that I sparred for in that professional fight against Austin Trout was amateur boxers, because I wanted to be up against long movers in the amateur, and the guys we've got here are so good.
Yeah.
We've got such great amateurs in WA.
But the years for me coming up through the amateurs, the times I won the nationals was WA got the most national winners.
Yep.
The talent that we've had there with like Caitlin Parker, Kira Ruston.
Yep.
It's just Alex Winwood.
Yeah, Alex Winwood, Benny Innes as well.
Oh,
a couple of guys. Yeah, look at that talent. Winwood was great too, wasn't he? Great amateur.
Fine for a world title after his 5th fight.
Yeah, incredible. As we get back into this action, Dan, what do you see from Rory as in closing the distance, as in getting in getting around that jab?
I feel like he's matching his movement a bit. He's matching Nelson's movement. So it's now hard for Nelson to hit him.
And he's actually been able to stay in a bit longer, hasn't he?
For sure. He's picking his shots a lot more. That's compared to round 1.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, with a fight like this? What are the judges going to see? Are they going to see nice power shots and the hard work of getting in, or are they going to fall away to the absolute boxing and use of the jab and the movement of Nalson? Like, you've got some two very good styles here on display.
You can see Rory now is starting to close the gap now.
Oh, final moments of this round.
Ref telling him to keep his head up.
Yep. There we go.
We'll be looking at 1 round apiece here.
Look at the fans. Look at the fans here. Look, RAC Arena. Look at this, guys. It's packing out here.
Yeah, both
absolutely awesome to see.
Both these boys quite popular in the arena tonight. I think for me, this is the fight where the crowd's really turning it on.
Yep. Now look at this replay. We can see now Nalson with great movement, pop on the outside, and punches before Rory can get into range. I do like to see that. And then Rory works his way in, and it's just about him trying to land while he is in, because it's so hard for him to get inside.
Rory Booth, WA champion, WA Golden Gloves.
Yeah. 24 WA champ, Golden Gloves champ last year. All right. Third and final round. How do you see this fight so far, Billy?
So I'm just taking in what's going on. It's all unfolding right now.
The boys just letting it go in center ring.
Boys are in a rush.
Third round, they said, yes, we heard. Third round, let's go.
I've liked the difference just from Rory coming out. This round, it's been different. Last round is more slick. This time he's coming out heavy. Wants to take one back.
Yep.
And you can see now it's more in Rory's range.
Yep. And he's made quick, decisive moves, like a slip straight into some punches or step in and punch rather than too much movement without punching.
And now this is going to be a test for Nalson. Nalson now needs to understand what worked yesterday ain't going to work right now. He needs to adjust.
Yep. What can I do? How can I get back? Well, how can I get back to what was working? Because
holding your feet.
Rory's put him in a bit of a fight right now.
That's right. Nalson allowing Rory to come in, and Nalson holding his feet isn't Nelson's answer right now.
What a great match, Dan. This is awesome, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
I hate to say it, Dan, but is this a fight of two halves again?
Yeah, it is. It is. No, it is, mate.
Another split decision coming up.
Oh, mate.
The matchmaking. Awesome, eh?
Great matchmaking here today.
Listen to the crowd.
I do want to see Rory work that
he
clinch.
seems he's got a crowd here, hasn't he, Rory? Oh, beautiful right hand landed. I'll tell you what, Rory's just taken this round away from Nalson, 100%. So
maybe he knows. Maybe he knows that he's 2 rounds
down. Yeah, maybe he might need to sneak a count or something here.
I spoke to the boys in back. I believe that they're getting the scores in between each round.
Are they really? Right.
So maybe Rory's thinking I need a 10-8 round.
Yep.
The clutch here, and he's going for it.
And good on him. Good on him for, like, because you've got a great boxer in Nalson in front of you with a really long jab and good movement, but he slowed him right down. And to me, what Rory's doing here is more about the will and determination than anything, right, Bill?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The crowd's chanting his name.
Yep. Yeah, crowd is absolutely firing and into this fight. Viewers at home must be loving this. Pathway Boxing Promotions. Look at this. Absolute non-stop action this third round.
Yeah, none of them want to grab on and work that clinch. They want to step out and bang on.
They just want to bang. This is awesome. Oh, beautiful. Nalson, he found a bit of range there, didn't he? Found some home for that tag cross.
Right to the bottom there. Right into the bread box.
Oh, look at him looking for another one. Oh, and then cross. Oh, well, thank you, boys. Thank you.
That was sick.
They've been asking me.
Sick.
They've been asking me after every fight. What fight is fight of the night?
Yes.
It's hard to say. Every fight has been absolutely
every fight. Electric. Yep.
Especially just a lot of close decisions, just like from both skill levels. You know you've got a big future here in WA.
What can you see here in the replay?
Rory doing a great job for keeping that fight close and shutting off Nelson's range.
Bout 7 of the afternoon here in the Elite Amateurs card at Pathway Boxing. 3 by 3 minute rounds in the 80 kilogram Elite Open Male Division. We now turn to the judges for their decision. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a split decision, 4-1 to the blue corner, Rory Booth.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Rory Booth taking the split decision. That fight could have gone either way. Props to Nelson. That was a beautiful fight. And I think we'll see these two boys running back for sure. Seeing the highlights, Rory's doing a really good job cutting off that range. Nelson trying to establish that long lever distance. But Rory just doing a good job shutting that down, staying in close, getting those better shots, taking off that victory today.